Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. During these days of the fitna with what's going on in Palestine, there's a lot of ikhtilaf between the brothers and sisters from our community. And I'm amazed to see how polarized people are. And always that's the case. You have the two extremes, and then you have the middle, which is the Sirat al-Mustaqim. And this is where we have to try to make efforts to always be in the middle, regardless of what's going on. So in the issue of ikhtilaf, that's, just natural, we want to advise the community, those of you, when you find someone not agreeing with your point of view, and they may be dead wrong, there's no doubt about it, hands down, the position that you're taking is correct, and the position that they're taking is incorrect. They may be dead wrong. You still have to have etiquette, and you still have to have respect, and you still have to practice your religion. We see people throwing tantrums, calling people names when they don't agree with what another person has to say, and it's not right. One of the most sickest, disturbing examples of that is what I've observed with some of our brothers who are giving dawah in English. Some of them live in Arab countries, but they speak English very well, and they address issues as if they're living in the Arab country under Muslim leadership, but they're talking to us, and sometimes it causes a misunderstanding between the two sides. Sometimes these brothers are living with us here in the UK, and they give dawah here in the UK, and they say things in a way or at a time that the people are not ready to embrace. It may be the truth. Sometimes it's the truth. Like what I heard recently about boycotting. If you want to boycott someone, no problem. You want to boycott Israel and Israeli products, no problem. You don't want to go to Starbucks. You don't want to use Amazon. You don't want to go to Mickey D's, no problem. But you cannot superimpose that personal agenda of yours and position on other people. It's not permissible unless it's your wife or your children. But you can't force other Muslims to do that. I heard a brother, he said that, and the truth is with him. But sometimes the way he talks to people, and some of the words that he uses, when people call him names, he calls them names, scumbags and things like that. I understand that a lot of times these brothers and sisters are young and they're just hurling abuses and it can get under your skin. But still, as a dai, you got to do a little bit better. We all have to do better. So I want to advise you brothers. First, those brothers who are talking to our youth, we have to understand, we have to be able to read the room. The people are emotional as a result of the Palestinian situation. Does that mean we are to placate the truth and hide the truth and not say the truth? That's not what I'm saying. But we have to say the truth in a way that makes it palatable and easier for the people. That's what Allah said in the Quran. وَقُولُوا لِلنَّاسِ حُسْنًا. Say to the people a good word. And that means many things. It means when you're giving dawah and you're calling them, be gentle, be kind, watch out what you say and how you say it. That was the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that he took into consideration the aqliyah of the people, where the people were mentally, where they were in their reality. Ya Aisha, had it not been for the fact that your people are new to al-Islam, I'd have changed the position from the Kaaba, where Quraysh put it, to where it should be and where it used to be. But he took into consideration, he was sensitive about the reality of Quraysh and where they were at mentally. Dhul Khuwaysira, the father of the Khawarij. From his loins came all of this drama that we be finding from Al-Qaeda and their afraq. When Dhul Khuwaysira accused Rasulullah of not being fair and just and grabbed him by the collar, Umar said, Ya Rasulullah, he's a munafiq. Let me hit him in his neck. Let me deal with him. Rasulullah said, no, Umar. Do you want the people to say Muhammad kills his companions? He was concerned with what the people were going to say and the effect and the impact if Umar was allowed to kill that man. what's the negative impact on the dawah spreading? So we have to be sensitive and considerate about where people are and how they feel. We don't compromise the truth by hiding it, but we definitely have to be aware and read the room. Abu Hurairah, may Allah be pleased with him, he said, if I were to tell the people every hadith that I know from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam concerning these ghulman, these youngsters of Quraysh, meaning the bad leaders of that time, like Yazid, he was a bad leader, an oppressive leader. Abu Hurairah said, I'm not going to tell you all of the hadith because they'll chop my neck off. So he was reading the room, aware of the pending danger if he were to tell the truth and tell the Rasul's hadith about something that could cost him his life. Radiyallahu anhum. So for the brothers giving dawah, including myself, we have to calm down. We have to be careful about what we say towards the non-Muslims. You can get in trouble. So we have to be prudent and we have to be wise. And it's not always easy because we're emotional and we're upset. So those brothers giving dawah, relax, take it easy. And for you young people who are listening to people and you're debating with du'at and you're debating with each other and people, take it easy. Take it easy. I saw people saying about a brother who was giving dawah, you are a Zionist, you are a Jew, you are a kafir, you work for the Freds. You can't say that. How are you going to prove that? Just based upon the fact that the man didn't agree with you and what he said in one instance was correct. And because of that, you make takfir of him. You're being emotional, and that's extreme. So stay away from the extremes. On one side, those people give dawah. Everything that we say sometimes comes across as if we're siding with the non-Muslims or we're siding with the oppressors from the Muslims. Like some of the people who have been put in authority over the Muslims. They are zalama. They are oppressors. It's a fact. So sometimes when you're giving dawah and you want to tell people about the obedience Muslims should have to the Muslim leaders, the way it's put across as if we are standing with them and we want to minimize and explain away the mistakes that the leaders are making. And that's not Islam and that's not the Sunnah. Allah Ta'ala puts forth the rhetorical question, a su'al inkari, afanaj'al al-muslimina kal-mujrimeen. Allah said, have we made the believers like the criminals? The believers and the criminals, la yastawiyan mathala. They're not the same. So be careful about how you come off. But on the other side, you shabab need to relax as well. Because a person takes a position and it doesn't agree with yours. You say he's a Jew, a Zionist, a kafir. That is lack of deen, lack of taqwa, lack of knowledge, and it is not fair. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu kunu shuhada lillahi. O you who believe, be witnesses for Allah. Kunu shuhada bil qisti lillah. Be people who are upright and you're a witness for Allah and say what is true. The ayah said, وَلَا يَجْرِمَنَّكُمْ شَنَآنُ قَوْمٍ عَلَىٰ أَلَّا تَعْدِلُوا اعْدِلُوا هُوَ أَقْرَبُ لِلتَّقْوَى. Do not allow a person's oppression towards you. You don't like what he said. He called you a scumbag. He took a position that you don't like. Don't allow a people's oppression towards you to cause you to be oppressive. But you should be in the middle. Don't let that cause you to be unfair, but be fair. That's closer to taqwa. You shabab, fear Allah Azza wa Jal with what you're describing Muslims with. Because you get angry and you say things like that, your anger was not for Allah. Your anger is misplaced. Your anger was for yourself, and Allah knows best. Calling a Muslim a kafir or a Jew or a Zionist because he takes a position other than yours. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Let us focus our attention on the real enemy of al-Islam and not each other because we're not understanding one another. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.